You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to Up the Turnpike, a special edition because we got some breaking news. The New York Islanders today decided to, in wake of, I'm assuming, the Noah Dobson injury news, they decided to sign a defenseman, Mitch, and that defenseman is Tony DeAngelo.
What is he doing? What is happening? Why is this happening?
Lou Lamoriello brings in Tony DeAngelo. Where do you want to start with this? Because there's a lot of layers that we have to talk through on Tony DeAngelo. I guess maybe can we start at like the bit like as far out as we can get, which is why is Lou still signing someone in a lost season like this?
Yeah, or maybe just talk about what happened, what is currently happening, and then we get into all the subtext of it. Because right now it's still not a for sure thing, I suppose.
Because that's true. Because he was playing in the KHL and putting up numbers in the
Another
KHL
league, as Elliot Friedman says. Just say it, bud. Just say it. Come on.
He was playing in the KHL. We'll say it here on Up the Turnpike. He has to clear through waivers. So he'll go on waivers at 2:00, which is past 2:00 now already as of recording this. He's not eligible to play tonight. I wonder if he plays against his former team tomorrow.
One of the betting.
Well, yeah, one of the four. I don't know. I'm trying to find where to really start with this because clearly the Islanders had an injury and Noah Dobson goes down. And I'm assuming it's pretty bad if they pivot to sign someone essentially off the street. But they signed someone off the street who, we'll start with as a player, is a pretty good offensive player. Was once a very good offensive player, but even that declined a little bit towards the tail end of his career. Is horrendous defensively. Does not play a lick of defense, not a single one. Noah Dobson is significantly better, like miles. The gap between Tony DeAngelo and Noah Dobson defensively is huge. I guess he's going to play on the power play would be my thought, but I don't know. What do you got?
You're right. There's so many layers of shit. I'm gonna say there's so many layers of shit associated with it, with this signing. On the forefront, yeah, you're right. No Dobson out week to week according to the team, so he's not back anytime soon. And they go to get someone to fill his spot, and I don't know why they chose this person. Obviously, availability comes into play because he was available. He just left the KHL because they didn't like him. They didn't like playing with him. Apparently, it's for family reasons, and I have to say he did officially leave the KHL for family reasons because that's what was quoted by he and his team. But the stories are emerging where that wasn't the reason, which is a shocker to no one. No one is surprised by that, right?
Well, no, because he's had incidents with many teams over the time. Like, essentially leaves the Rangers, right? Because he got into a spat with the goalie. Georgiev after a game.
Yeah, he called him out, said, make a effing save. I don't want to say the word because I'm trying to keep a PG rating here, but he told him to make an effing save, which as a goalie would set me off. And then he has the audacity to be like, to look repentant afterwards. Like, if someone would have done that to me, I would have done the same thing. So don't go after him. But then he becomes a shitbag to all his other teams afterwards. Every single team after that does not keep him for more than 5 seconds. So he clearly didn't learn a goddamn thing from that.
No. And clearly there were alleged rumors about some treatment with Keandre Miller during his time there. He also had some incidents before he got to the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very long list of issues. And I know some of some of the pushback that I don't know if we specifically are going to get, but the pushback on that people who aren't excited about this hire, or not hire, but signing, is I've already seen it online. Lou doesn't give a flying F about what his politics are. It's not about his politics, because whether you like it or not, a majority of the league feels the same way that he does politically. But there's just numerous examples of him being an asshole, a bad teammate, and a jerk along the way, on top of being a shitty NHL hockey player.
Yeah, it's all types of, and yeah, his politics are shit. He's an asshole, as you said. Funny they do this after Pride Night, right? Like Pride Night was just on against Columbus, was it not? Or the day, but maybe the day
it might have been the day before,
right? And then they hold on to this. He was free then, and they didn't, because the optics would have been horrendous to do it at the same time. I can't personally approve of this. I don't like his politics at all. They don't stand for what I stand for, and I hate that this person is on my team. But looking outside of that's something that I will have to reconcile with myself for a while, I suppose, for the rest of the year. But then you start layering all the other factors, like bad teammate type of thing, on a team that is struggling for identity, clearly, and has all year. A team that is struggling to win games because of defensive commitments. That sucks. And then you just add, like, what does this mean, or what signal does this give us from Lou Lamoriello? What does this signing tell us about the intentions of Lou Lamoriello this year, on top of what he's already said just a couple of weeks back in terms of still contending? He's still in it.
Yeah, he's still in it and going for it, which I don't know what that means in a few weeks here when the trade deadline gets closer and things heat up, but this isn't the direction that I was hoping the team would go, right? Like, I don't think either of us wanted to see them go down the road of, we're still going to try and get this thing to where we're in the playoffs. They're still, 7 points out of a playoff spot, I believe.
I think that's right. Yeah.
I'll pull it up as we're talking now.
I believe it's at least 7 points. It was before. Obviously, they haven't played in 4 days, so perhaps some distance has grown. But I don't think it's grown beyond the 7 to 8 point range, which is still far, making up 8 points. They're at 45. Yeah, 8 point gap, although they have 3 games in hand.
Okay, against Columbus, but the Rangers are getting hot now. They're 7-0-3 in their last 10 games. I think they're going to get themselves back into the mix. So they have a lot of teams to jump, even with the games in hand. They still have a lot of teams to jump.
Yeah, and yeah. So, like, what does this mean for the Islanders in terms of that not immediate future as in like tomorrow type of thing, but immediate future in terms of this year, right? Like, are we going to be in a position to trade Brock Nelson and Kyle Palmieri and to hit the retool button, the quick retool button? I don't think so. I think Lou is going for it and is trying to get us into the playoffs, and he sees points, right? Tony D had 32 points in 34 games at the KHL level, and he's going, haha, here we go. I've got a puck moving, or not even puck moving, just offensively minded defenseman who can play on the power play. That's not necessarily going to get you wins, man. Last time he's in the NHL, he was a 7th defenseman, and all of a sudden you're like, let's play full on top pair or top-ish minutes. Get out of here.
And right, like, I don't think it's unfair of me to assume that he's going to be a power play guy.
No, that's totally fair.
Yeah. Right? Like, yeah. And when looking at his strength, that's more so what he's better at than the defensive end. But I just don't get the plan.
I don't get it either. And, like, even if he's successful, that's a bad thing for the Islanders. Maybe for him personally, that's a good thing, and fine, whatever. You keep him to him. I'll keep my opinions on that to myself because they're mine. But if he is successful in doing what Lou thinks he can do, then we will win games potentially. I don't honestly how, but maybe. Then that's still a bad thing because, again, the retool is reset. Where what do we do then if Brock Nelson and Kyle Palmieri walk away for free? We're not going to be like asset rich by trading them, but we would have more assets than we currently have. And we need those to hit that retool button. Just losing their cap space alone isn't going to change anything,
No.
especially when you're like, hey, you know what our recent acquisition is to appealing to all the free agents out there? We brought Tony DeAngelo in. Let me sign there. Noted asshole signs with this team. I definitely want to go there now. Come on.
The only reason he's here is because he's desperate. There's no one else willing to go down this road.
I still can't believe that there's no one else out there, even future consideration trades. Even then, because you can run Ryan Pulock on the power play. Will it be successful? Maybe not. But you don't know if it will be with this guy. This is so dumb on so many levels. Even if it works, it's so dumb.
It kind of feels like the cherry on top of what's been one of the more trying seasons of our Islanders fandom lifetime, right? It's like the one more, this team's hard to root for, and we're just going to do another little, cherry on top here.
Full on FU to the fan base is what it is.
Give you the double bird. Great.
Yeah, the Brian Trottier double bird to everyone. Just like on the way out, bam, I brought you some guy who's maybe going to score a bunch of points, ruin whatever the retool we had, or it's not going to do any of that, and it's just going to make an untenable situation even worse.
Noted locker room cancer. Tony DeAngelo. Oh, God.
Holy shit. Bo Horvat has got to be kicking himself. Like, can I go back to Vancouver? I'd rather deal with the Pedersen Miller drama than this shit.
Maybe someone will claim him.
That's the only saving grace we have here.
Oh, please. Somebody claim him.
Carolina,
I don't know who.
You love him. Please do it.
Yeah, do it. And then he could play against the Islanders. And the Islanders get Oliver Wahlstrom back to beat the shit out of him one more time.
Yes. Oh. Fudge, man. This sucks.
That's all I got. The signing doesn't move me. Clearly, I don't think he's a good hockey player. I think he's a problem in the locker room, and I don't like it. I don't think it's the move.
Yeah, I don't like anything about this individual as an individual on top of all the things you said. So I understand that's personal, and you might not share my personal beliefs in that, but I'm sharing my personal beliefs upon this microphone. Holy shit, I can't believe we're doing this. This is so stupid on so many goddamn levels.
That'll do it. Subscribe if you're new. Mitch will be back with a post game later tonight. I am going to the game, so I don't think I'll be back in time. But
have fun, buddy.
Yeah. Well, good thing I have a drink voucher ticket. I will be using that, putting that to good use tonight.
Yeah, and that's it, because there's no more $14 shots for you, my friend.
That's it. All right, that's going to do it for me. I'm Matt. He's Mitch. We'll catch you next time.
If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.